If there is an industry that has had a lot of scams in Kenya, it's farming. Farming has had a lot of scams. Farmers had made a lot of losses in terms of millions. And the question still that lingers in my mind is, why do farmers make these huge losses? Why do they rush to invest their millions of cash without even doing simple research to see if it's viable or not? What they only depend on is, I hear this is making a lot of millions, so and so made a lot of money from this, so and so made a lot of money on this. And that's how it was with quails farming. And people rushed to it. One of these examples that is about to turn to be the greatest scam is Super Napier. Actually, this is the greatest scam that will happen in the dairy industry in Kenya, and especially in dairy farming. Super Napier has been spread like the magic grass that will increase your milk production from like 10 to almost 100 liters, which is completely false. And despite all the ads or the promotion, there's these key questions that farmers are not asking themselves about the Super Napier. And despite it being a crossbreed with millet, it does not meet the requirements that they are saying, which makes them a huge scam. And even the worst case is how they are even promoting it. The demand for milk in Kenya has been on the rise in the last like 3 years, and so are the prices. Farmers are in the rush to do anything possible to ensure that they have increased milk production per day, simply because there is a huge ready market for the white gold. And in the process of trying to increase milk production, most of them are falling into many holes. Most of them are making huge losses, which they may never end up recovering. And simply because they've not done a simple research from the onset of buying the dairy cow to feeding, you have to do a lot of research. You have to ask from those who have tried the dairy farming and those who do realistically farming, because there are some who are not doing it for business, there are some who are just doing it for leisure. But if you want to do and make some huge profit or make some sensible profit in dairy farming, you have to do some research. Super Napier, it is said to have 18% crude protein, which helps the cow increase milk production. Unfortunately, according to me, most of the research that I have come across says that Super Napier has a crude protein of 8%. And this is research done in India and Japan, and mostly Japan, where this Super Napier had originated. India has used it, and also the research that they have done, they've found that it has a crude protein of 8%. You can access all these research data and other farm guides on our website, farmworks.co.k. Ensure you visit it and check this out. Also, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you follow us. Also, ensure that you visit our YouTube page, subscribe, like, and share. It is the only way that you can support us and help us to reach as many farmers as possible. Trials has shown that feeding with a Super Napier, either as raw or as silage, does not lead to increased milk production. There will be no milk increase when you feed your cows with Super Napier. And if there is any that has increased, kindly let us know. Because the problem that we have with the promoters of Super Napier, they are not telling us like the data. We fed this cows with the super Napier, and we had an increase of milk production from 2 or 3 liters. They are not saying that. Or that's just saying it will help you increase milk production. But how? That's the question. And the fact that even they are promoting and telling farmers to uproot maize and do super Napier, it's also a huge lie. Remember, maize or the corn silage, research has been done and trials has been done and shown that it increases milk production. For us, we've also even done these trials for silage, and we've seen an increase in milk production. But super Napier, there is no increase in milk production. Then number 2, how would you differentiate the super Napier cuttings from the native Napier grass cuttings? It's very hard. So you cannot differentiate the two. So even the farmer who is buying them doesn't even know the difference. Then number 3, if you check out the cost of buying these cuttings and the problems that you face growing them, some die, some don't even end up doing well, it ends up to be a huge loss. So you farmer, don't fall on this scam. Don't fall on this scam. And like we have said, if there is a farmer who has done it and has data that show increase in milk production, let us know. Share with these other farmers on the comment section. But if there isn't, don't dare to fall on this trap, because it's just a trap and it will lead you to massive losses. Now, before you leave, ensure that you follow us at farmworks.co.ke or visit our website farmworks.co.ke. Like our YouTube page Farmworks Kenya for more farming tips. Remember, in daily farming, you'll face all sorts of advice, but at the end of the day, it's you who determine what you want to do with your cows.